Salech scoring all the time, scoring all the time, scoring all the time. I had to do that as requested by one of the members in the WhatsApp group earlier. Get out of jail card use today. Good evening and welcome to the 1927 club. You are joined by myself and Mr. Rhys David Evans. I'll apologise in advance for Rhys because he's been barking like a dog. How are we doing, buddy?
Rough as guts, but still top of the league, so still taking the piss.
It was, a difficult watch that was today, to be honest. But, you know, you've got to look at it. We fought to the end. It was far from pretty. And you've got to give, in fairness to Stockport, they just didn't allow us to play first half and large majority of the second half. But, you know, that mentality is kind of instilled in them. We didn't give up and, you know, good old Yousef in the 97th minute, sending the fans wild behind the goals. I've got a funny feeling we might have a fine coming our way, mind, for the supporters who entered the field of play. But I don't know. Is that still a thing? Do they still do that? I would imagine they probably would, wouldn't they?
Well, it's not just the fans behind the goal that was celebrating. It was one of our own in the home end as well, I believe, wasn't it? In the group chat I seen earlier.
Well, apparently there was more than one in the home end, and I think that's going to become the norm, and it's going to, well, I don't know. Don't encourage it, but fair play to the ones who did. That's commitment, that is fair play.
Taking the piss wherever we go, like.
Yes, 100%. But we'll dig deep into the performance today. Stockport won, Cardiff won. I think it was just over 1,100 fans that travelled up in the end. I thought it was just under 900 originally, wasn't it? But they must have let a few more tickets go today.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure it's like 1,158.
Yeah, something like that. It's strange because it's quite small stadiums to play in now. It's not as if it's like.
And that's why it's so difficult to get tickets. It's bonkers, but you know, it is what it is. Obviously, well supported on the road again. Fair play to all the fans going up again today. The limbs in the away end when that goal went in the 97th minute was. Those are the days you're buzzing in it when you're there for those types of moments.
It is. I think it does help us in some regards with how small stadiums are, because all of a sudden then it's really intimidating. Away fans, we're the intimidated ones. We're the loudest. Brilliant. But yeah, it's not the best performance. The best teams avoid defeat when they play Pool 1. If you play Pool 1, you avoid defeat. That's a sign of a team that's gonna get success. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, and still unbeaten in the league, still top of the league. A goal for Salech was that first in 5 league games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And still, they haven't seen it from open play.
He had one ruled out as well, didn't he, in fairness? And it looked a bit of a harsh call. I haven't seen the replay on him myself yet, but it'll be interesting to look at the replay. Like you said, we haven't conceded a goal from open play yet. I can't believe how shit Nathan Trott is at saving penalties, man.
Oh, I know, Selman, I reckon. What's
it
doing like?
I don't know if you've seen the penalty, but you could see like all the Cardiff fans behind the goal. They were actually physically they could touch the net.
Yeah. Surely
there's got to be some kind of rule or regulation. They've got to be so far away from it. I thought that was absolutely crazy.
It's old school football. This is what we're playing up against now. This is no offense. This is recently a non-league side has come back into the football league. So obviously you're going to get things like this a lot of the grounds. But, you know, to be fair to Trott, mind, he kept us in that game with some of the saves he's pulling off. Again, they're not being funny. I'm looking at that defence. It's question marks over 1 or 2. 2 definitely for me.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what the manager's seeing. Like, it's...
We'll touch upon that. I'll just jump into the comments quickly and say good evening to those that have tuned in. Thank you very much. Connor Cody's in the house. Cardiff were outplayed today. Lucky to get a draw. 100% getting out of jail card use, in my opinion. But as we said, good sides can avoid defeat. Steve Morgan, evening guys. Short and sweet. Let's hope no more games cancelled for international breaks, as this performance was awful. Got away again. Steve said, still no goals against from open play, a game in hand and still top of the league. Lots to be happy about. I think we will do better on a wider pitch. On that, I think Stockport played the game perfect, didn't they? They just didn't allow us. Yeah, it was a small pitch. They didn't give any of our midfield any opportunity to, play quick ball or anything. They frustrated us, and exactly what they wanted to do, I suppose. Their manager, up until the 96th minute or whatever it was, before he scored his goal, he would have been pleased as punch, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would, but it's not concerning yet for us, but it is something we got to really less looking at, because it's the same sort of performance for us against Port Vale, Wimbledon, now with Stockport. Teams just bullying us, and we seem to struggle to find an answer. Again, we've come up with, like Wimbledon, we come up at the end with a goal. But away from home, we are struggling a bit. And it's different, because last year, away from home, we were a lot better than we were at home. But we have got to work on things. I think some of the boys are struggling a bit for form in some regards. And I just think when players are back fit, hopefully they'll get fired. But some of them, again, some of the balls we put in the box, overhit, things like that. I mean, I don't know if it's a smaller pitch. I don't know. Something's not quite right when we play away from home at the minute.
No, agreed. And obviously, I think it's been well thing that a lot of people have said in our WhatsApp group, the members' WhatsApp group, and things I've seen on social media. And we'll talk about the lineups and things as well. Obviously, Perry NG have come in, Callum Chambers have come in, which shocked me really. But apparently, listening to BBM, they've trained really well over the last week. And I just don't know if that not excuse, but that explanation then cuts it really, because I thought Lawler was outstanding when he came on and showed why he should be starting really. I don't think he's been well this week, mind, after his trip to Kazakhstan, but I think BBM said it in the press conference after the game, or the interview on the sideline, that Dylan Lawler and Roman Capaccio have kind of played a lot of games and they needed the rest. But yeah, I was frustrated really, I think, when I seen the starting lineup. I don't know how you felt when you seen it.
I was annoyed. We keep seeing the group chat, Callum Chambers is training well, or he's doing really well in training. He could be Prime Maldini in training. On a match day, he's as useful as he used condom. He's awful. I'm not being funny, right? I don't want to pick at him, but the amount of chances I've seen today that he loses his man for, he loses his runner for, he gets beaten at the ball first, he's out of position, he charges down to win a ball for a header, totally misreads it, again, something you see all the time, misreads it, he leaves himself exposed, and then the players behind him are struggling then. For their goal try, he just stops, looks to the right man as if to say, oh, you're not going to give it. Play to the whistle. You're a professional, play to the highest level. Play to the... It's not that hard. Again, I'm sick of seeing guys. I don't want to hear that side anymore. I'm absolutely sick of it. I mean, Lawler, when he plays next to Fish, right, the balls are cut through the lines. He's brilliant. And I don't know if Oshaw's not quite ready yet, but I'd rather 40% Oshaw ahead of 100% Callum Chambers, if I'm honest with you. And I just think I just don't know what he offers us. I really don't. He's not any better. He might be better than the 6, but other players are way ahead of him for the 6 of me. I just don't see what he offers. I'm sick of seeing it. And like I said, we hear all the time he's brilliant in training. But clearly in training, they play us on a smaller pitch. And again, it's more laid back because he's match days. I'm sorry, but no, match days is not at it.
Yeah, and as much as I love Perry NG, I just don't think we offer that same threat on our right-hand side. I suppose we've been blessed this year that Roland Capaccio have come in and he's made the impact that he have. And, let's be honest as well, he's still made mistakes in games, but I think he's got so much more pace and he looks so much stronger with the ball when it's like having another right winger. And you've seen the difference he made when he came on second half. And I'm not sure if it's you. I might have spoke to Sai earlier and I said, I didn't think Cian Ashford had a great game today. I don't know whether that's a bit of a lack of confidence with, Perry NG behind him. I don't know. But I don't think Cian Ashford had the greatest games today. He looked, just not himself, really.
The last 2-3 games, I think, he looks like he's going through the motions in games. He doesn't look like he's... I don't know, it doesn't look 100%. And I think with NG as well, I just don't think it's his fault. It's more a case of he hasn't got the legs no more. Like, he's not got the pace to do what Capaccio can do, go up and down the pitch all the time. And last season, when NG did play, the balls into space behind him killed us. He couldn't get back for it. I was disappointed to see... I wouldn't say disappointed to see NG there, But disappointed that Kipaki was on the bench. But then again, is it because he's not 100% because of the international break? I'm not sure. I just hope next Saturday we don't see Chambers in the side, we see Lawler back there. We don't see NG in the side, we see Kipaki back there.
Yeah, agreed. It'll be interesting to see now because I think, again, in his interview after the game, he's taking Tuesday night seriously against Exeter. Be interesting to see if Osho has a running in. Obviously, he was named on the bench today, but obviously didn't feature today. So obviously, he got a bit more rest in his legs. But I would imagine he's chomping at the bit, and he's got to be, with no disrespect to Chambers, he's got to be rubbing his hands. It's a difficult one as well because if Lawler hasn't been well during the week, why not chuck Osho straight in the mix? Like, do you know what I mean? He's getting paid the money to make those decisions. We are just obviously you voicing our opinions, and obviously you can't knock him because we're picking up results, aren't we? So
this is the thing. If you are going to play Chambers, surely it would be Tuesday night rather than today. If you're going to play NG, it'd be Tuesday night rather than today because they've not. Again, NG has not played much first team football for us for a good while now. Not started anyway. So Tuesday night would be the best chance for him to start. You could put Osho next to Chambers and you could bring someone like Spears or give Louis Giles a go left back for a bit of rotation and rest the players a bit. I don't know what Chambers... Again, look at the bench today now. We got on the bench Dylan Lawler, Kipakio and Osho. 3 defenders on the bench. If I'm any one of those players, I'm seeing Chambers starting ahead of me. If I'm 100%, I'm asking the gaffer what's going on with you. Like I just don't get it. I really don't. I think come January, I won't be surprised if NG and Chambers both leave. If I'm honest, I just don't see what Chambers offers. And NG, I think he's past it now. I think, and with his setup, I think you need young mobility and a bit of pace. I think you do. I just don't think he has that anymore.
No, silly penalty giveaway, didn't he? Always got a yellow card in him as well.
Yeah.
Some rash challenging, and like I said, he hasn't got that pace now. I don't think to be playing the type of football that BBM wants to play. Like I said, Kapakia, when he come on, he's just got so much more pace, and he looks so much stronger with the ball.
That's the thing, though, right? Because for the penalty, right, to take some of the blame away from NG, you've got Chambers who's gone wide trying with the ball back, right? It's a foul, but then he's standing there, look at the linesman and letting the play continue. So Fisher's come across to try and win the ball back to cover for Chambers for his just whatever he was doing, which has meant that there's a massive gap behind them both. And this is where one of your centre halves would be there just to clear the lines. But because they're both out of position and because of that, they weren't there. So the blame is not on NG, but again, it's a silly thing to do. Any sort of contact on the opposition in the box, you give the referee a decision to make. And we've seen how poor refereeing decisions are in League One. He sneezed by a player, it's a penalty.
It wasn't any better today, was it, at all? At one point, I'm there thinking to myself, someone's going to get hurt here. I think Salech had a kick to the ribs. I think that was second half from their defense. Their defense was good. I think they, Ruben didn't get any space today. Salech had people on his back all the time. They executed their game plan for 96, 97 minutes perfectly, I thought. They got right under our skin. They know we were a squad of young players. And they took it to us today. It's going to be physical. It's not going to be the first and it's not going to be the last game that's going to be like that this year. I think our players have got to, go back and look at that game now during the week and try and take what positives they can from it, really.
Well, I think the biggest point is the mentality side of things. I mean, let's be honest, right? Last season, Moses' side, we 1-0 down, 90th minute. We've given up. But I mean, we've already gone, right, next game, lads. But another game where they've nicked a last-minute goal. The mentality has changed and it's a massive shift. And I don't know if that's come from having such a young side that never give up, never die attitude, or if it's the manager.
Yeah.
It's just great to see the mentality is just a massive shift and change in the club.
Yeah. I'd say the second half, the mentality was a lot better. But first half, I just had flashbacks to what we were like last season. We were so deep and... we was getting caught out with balls over the top, and we looked. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. We just on that flank, Perry and G didn't look comfortable, and I don't know. I had watching the game first half, and I just thought, we were lucky to go in just 1-0 down. I think, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah, there was, I think, one chance they whipped the ball in, and somehow their lad just nicked ahead of Chambers, got a header, and to be fair to Trott, point blank, kept it out. But again, things like that, experience at the half, you should be getting that ball before the attacker. You should be able to see that. And I just think today now is, you crossed off the list now. You avoided defeat. Great. You picked up a point. You played bad. You picked a point up. You avoided defeat. The best teams do it. We've done it today. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to bring this comment up. Poor ball boy got attacked when Cardiff equalised. Was he given shit? Not too sure. Is that the one? I know Joel Bagan went to take a throw in, didn't he?
Yeah.
And the ball went into the crowd, and there was an old guy kind of threw the ball away when Bagan went to get it. And obviously after we scored, then Bagan went up and gave him a load of grief. And I think their manager at the end of the game was kind of ushering Bagan away from him. But regarding the ball boy, as I mentioned, I think a few Cardiff fans went onto the field, so I hope no ball boy was hurt or anything, and I hope everything's all right. I haven't heard anything.
Don't you love it, all right, when the opposition tried to time waste and it comes back and bites him in the ass? I absolutely love that. See, Bagan should have gone over to the guy and applauded him and thanked him for wasting time so we had extra time on the clock. Like,
I'd have given him my shirt. He should have given me a shirt, shouldn't he?
Exactly. He's probably a Cardiff fan anyway. Don't many of them there today.
I'm loving Bagan at the moment, but again, I think we've said numerous times on the pod, and that he doesn't do anything flash, but he does everything to the best of his ability, really, and he's probably like a bit of an unsung hero, really. Yeah.
He's matured for me. I think 3 years ago we had him. Back that season, he scored him 2-3 goals in the space of 2 or 3 games. I didn't see him as left back. I think he was struggling left back then. I thought he was more of a wing back. He was getting beat on the outside far too much for me back then. He went on loan the year before. Or was the last season? I thought the year before. And he's come back a different player. And he looks like it's grounded him a bit. He's reading the games better. I think, last season we played Swansea to me at home. And Callum O'Dowd went off after 11 minutes. And you think, right, he's a young lad coming on left back now. He's up against Neom, whatever his name is, the Swansea winger, tricky guy. I think they put Ronald over that side end just to try and get past him. As soon as he got the ball, Bagan through the back of him, took him out, settled himself into the game. And I think that's the side of mature player now. Whereas a youngster would have done that. A youngster would have stood off that. And I think it just shows, firstly, in football is a benefit is so much for some of these players. It's great to see them kicking on like.
Yeah, Evan says there about our midfield was non-existent. A lot of balls played through the middle. Again, similar happened so much last season. Obviously, Wintle and Joel Colwell in the middle. Yeah, it was tough first half. Great to see David Turnbull come back on. I think it was something like the 63rd minute. I think he come on. I think that showed it up a little bit. Obviously, he hasn't played for a good couple of weeks, so it's going to take him some time to get some minutes under his belt. It'd be nice to see if he starts on Tuesday, really, and get some more minutes in his legs, really. But I think it did, didn't he, when he came on?
But it's disappointing because, again, it was it Plymouth, I think it was? He was man of the match for me. He was outstanding. Everything went through him. And then he gets an injury. And it's sort of his story of his Cardiff career so far. He starts picking up form, coming to life, gets injured, and he's out for a bit. I want to see him back at the side. But I think it'd be disappointing if Joe will get dropped. But again, this is what you want. You want the headache in selection. I mean, you want 2 or 3 players challenging for each position. That's going to push each other and get the best out of them. So, surprised by to see Kellyman on the bench today.
I wasn't, to be honest, only from watching his press conferences and things, and I just don't think he's quite ready yet. I don't think they're going to rush him into it, obviously, when we've got players who perhaps, can do a job. Be interested to see if he gets any minutes in this cup game Tuesday, and if he comes through that, then, does he chuck him in the mix for the top of the table clash against Bradford on Saturday?
But I think Tuesday now we've got to play like some Afiko and stuff as well. You've got to give them another game. Nayakawa's got to get some minutes.
Yeah, he wasn't on the bench either today, was he?
No, the bench, like I said earlier, disappointed me quite a bit today. You've got 7 players on the bench now in League One. One's obviously a keeper, so 6 positions. He's selected 3 defenders. And I just feel like are we going to see this more often now where he feels he has to keep NG on the bench, just keep Chambers because he's captain on the bench, as well as Osho, for example, if Lawler and Kipakio start. I hope he doesn't. I don't see what Chambers offers, so I don't know why he'd be on the bench. But you do want to, overload the midfield on the bench, if anything, because you want to have options to come off to try and nick a goal if you need to. So,
I suppose Perry NG, I suppose we're lucky with him, really, that he can cover right across our back four, can't he?
Yeah, but again, 2 defenders on the bench is understandable. So you can have NG and an offshore when Kipakio starts and Lawler's back. I don't see what Chambers is on that bench then, because I know we can play the 6, but you can put Joe Wool on the bench if Turnbull starts, and he can play the 6 if needed. We've got other players who can do so many different positions, so versatile. I think his time has come now. I think, again, how many chances does he keep getting? And it's just the same mistakes time and time again.
Yeah. No, I agree. I wanted to mention the other centre-back today, because I think of all the plaudits Dylan Lawler's been getting, I think obviously we have mentioned him, and some of his diagonal balls and that he's been playing have been superb. But again, I think Will Fish is cutting the mustard now, and he's getting better and better every game, I think. Yeah,
he looks so calm on the ball as well as feet. And it's the best thing is when he plays with Lawler, the 2 of them just their game suits each other. Fish will go through the back of defenders, he'll win all the headers. Lawler, sweeps up on the balls on the floor. They suit each other, and I think Fish is just maturing to a proper centre half. It's going to be good to see where he is now in about 3 or 4 years' time, because equally, I say he's ahead of where Mark McGuinness was when McGuinness was with us, and we sold it for 10 million. And Fish looks like a complete centre half, and McGuinness looked like he was someone who had mistakes in him. So again, if we get 10 for McGuinness, I'd refuse every offer under 18 million for Fish. It sounds silly to say, but I just think he was outstanding again. He's what a player.
Yeah, and still young as well. Was he 22, 23?
No, I'm not sure. I think he's in his 20s. I know he's...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's still a young pup. You'll tell me now, no doubt.
I'll just quick look now. 22 years old.
Yeah. So
fantastic. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
He's ex-Stockport County as well. I just seen that.
I didn't realise that. What, he went out on loan there, did he?
Played 2 games from here. But again, he's come into this side. He's sort of settled down. Unlucky last year with he could have had 1 or 2 goals as well last year. I think it was Burnley. Last one, the header, rolls past the post. And you could see last year there was a player there. I just think others let him down around him. And it's just good to see him now, like Began, maturing in the role, settling down. And again, if you can keep something like that for 5-6 years, you can have a top centre half in your hands.
It's keeping hold of them now, though, isn't it? Every week now they're putting themselves in that shop window. And I think somebody said in the WhatsApp group earlier,
exactly.
Let's enjoy Dylan Lawler when we can, because he keeps putting performances in like he have. Then we're not going to enjoy it for long, really, because if somebody, like we said, comes in for 10, 15 million, it'll be ta-da.
But it's one of those, if you sell him for that, you've got to slap on a sell-on clause in there as well. No, another 5 years down the line, we get a bit more money as well.
Put a 25% sell-on clause for the next 20 years. Or 15 years then. Evan James is a good comment. The only thing Chambers has added to the squad was 7 minutes added time to get Salech to score that header today. I think somebody said he might have broke his nose, I think. But again, that was an off-the-ball challenge, and there was so many of them today, the ref and the linesman didn't pick up. I thought it was embarrassing at times. Like I said, I thought somebody was going to get seriously hurt. But
and this is the problem we've got in football now, right? Because if anyone comes up and says that the referee had a poor game, they get slapped with a fine, get a warning. The referees association now closes ranks, and everyone else is a bad guy. Then there's got to be something done, because the standard referee in England has gone downhill so drastically the last few years. It is shocking. I mean, before the international break, Fulham had a goal disallowed. I don't know if you've seen it. It was classed as a stamp. And even Wagner is thinking, how has the referee gone so poor the last few years? It's all the time.
Yeah. Halftime Oranges says, why did we barely shoot at goal today? First half, we had one shot at goal to Stockport's 10, of which 4 were on target. I was looking at the stats before we come on. Total shots during the game. Stockport had 14 shots on goal. We had 4. They had 3 on target. We had 2 on target. So, yes, although we had more possession than they did, I think we had 53% possession, I think it was in the end. Large majority of the game, it didn't look like that. I thought, like I said, fair play to Stockport. I thought they come out and dictated, and they played the game the way they wanted to play it. But, and so far this season, that haven't happened, have it? We've been in control for large portions of all the games we played, really.
Yeah, it's an over-reliance from our end as well on you getting the ball wide, I think sometimes we try to overwork the ball out wide and then not sure what to do with it, where we just need to get the ball in the box a bit more. And even if I'm taking a shot from more central position or something, just get the ball in the box a bit more and quicker. I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. And I just think we just don't need to do something. I mean, it's frustrating, but again, 14 shots against us today. Last year, that's probably 3 or 4 loss, but
yeah,
thank God we got a keeper in there now who's like an octopus, like.
Knows what he's doing. Graham says, my one fear, we keep saying we're going to batter someone. If we play like today and a team takes their chances, we will get battered. Stockport should have had 5 in the first half. Yeah, I think we said we were lucky to go in at 1-0. But you've just got to ride it, haven't you? We've got to ride the wave. And yeah, I suppose we were lucky, really. Is another one. It's very similar to Port Vale. The Luton game away, Wimbledon away was nip and tuck. We've got to be more confident and more clinical away from home, because obviously we had more possession than they did today, but yeah, we just don't look as clinical. I know we scored goals at home. 3 against Rotherham, was it? 4 against Plymouth.
Yes. Again, away from home, we're just a different side, and we seem to struggle a bit. I don't know if it's a lack of freedom. Maybe the players are told to be a bit more reserved, maybe, just to settle down the crowds and stuff. I'm not sure, but I mean, we took Plymouth apart. Let's be honest, we actually took them apart. Once we got going, I mean, we could have scored 5 or 6. Some of the chances we had, we were unlucky not to get more. But at home, we just seem to be a different side. I think at home is where we're going to pick up the most wins. And every team that wins promotion is the same thing. Win your home games and avoid defeat on the road. And I'll see you through. And to be fair, that's what we're doing so far. So,
yeah, agreed. Jonathan Howells, we still seem a little lightweight in midfield, especially away on small pitches. We need a dog in there. Obviously, Turnbull come back today. I did see Alex Robertson. He come off the bus today, so he obviously travelled up with the squad today. So I'd imagine he's not a million miles away. It'll be interesting to see again if he's involved in the side on Tuesday. I was having an hour in what to think of what type of side he's going to pick Tuesday, but if you got the likes of Alex Robertson playing, David Turnbull, it's not a bad side to go down to Exeter in the Virtual Cup, is it?
I'm thinking it'll be a side. It'll be like turning goals off. You can give Chambers a run out in the game. I think at NG. You could put Louis Giles left back. You can put Osho in centre half, just give him a run out. Mafiko can play 6. Nayakawa can play on the wing. Isaac Davis can get a start. Get more minutes into his legs. Because don't forget, we're still trying to manage his minutes a bit because of his injuries. Callum Robinson can get a start as well. It's a good chance for us to rotate the squad a bit and get minutes in the players. But when you mentioned it, we need a proper dog. I think I've seen the comp there, so we need a dog in the middle of the pitch. I think Osho can do that if he plays a 6. I think in some games, if like say Wintl's getting bullied a bit too much, you can play like an Osho there. That way you keep the centre-back pairing of Lawler and Fish together. Osho in front of him, we can try and don't get stuck in a bit. It's one of those, I think you just, avoid defeat all the way away from home. Win your home games. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Mark says, good evening all. NG and Chambers. NG got to be cup players and league cover only. NG's biggest mistake was a very soft penalty. He was better than Chambers, and I think NG will only be a bit part player. If Capaccio stays fit, then his wage is a fraction of Chambers. Yes. What else have we got? Yeah, plenty in the comments. Half-time Oranges agreed flashbacks of last season can't be coincidence that Chambers and NG were part of both. Phil Jones says flat-footed Matt. I can't remember what that was related to. One-word crosses. Yeah, still over-hitting corners then, Graham says. Yeah, I thought some of the delivery, Joel Bagan had a couple over it. David Turnbull, I think had one. I think, again, it hasn't been too bad at home, like you said, have it? I think that, set pieces have been a lot better.
Yeah, it's delivery for starters. First and foremost, delivery has been better at home. I mean, last season we couldn't beat the first man, so we took all our corners short. And again, we'd overwork the ball and lose it. This year, we're putting balls in the box. We're having runners in the box. We're getting goals. I mean, Chambers scored, to be fair, against, was it Cheltenham? I think Ashford nicked a goal off a corner. Was it against... Oh, what was that against? Was that maybe Rotherham, maybe?
Yeah,
Fourth time, the ball drops down, he gets a foot on there. We're getting goals and corners at home. But yeah, it seems to be still a problem. Our set-piece delivery is still an issue, and is it because they're just nervous? Is it because they're overthinking it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's mad how we can be so different away from home than, I don't know, perhaps it is a confidence thing, and, they feel a lot more comfortable at home with, 19, 20,000 fans behind their back. But, the 1,100 odd fans that went up here today weren't quite, in fairness to them.
No.
The team's always well supported. Jonathan Howell says, can the referee get any poorer than today?
Oh, I can. I got a picture now of Mick McCarthy there. Oh, but it can.
Yeah, it can. Half-time Orange says, fair play to Stockport. They did their homework, used the narrow pitch to their advantage and gave our players no time on the ball. Ruben was shut out almost. Yeah, I think we mentioned it earlier on. He had players around him all the time. Salech, again, just had the, I thought their defence was solid. Just didn't give him any options, and they weren't afraid to stick a boot in as well, to be fair. And, when you're playing against a young squad like Cardiff have got, sometimes that can get to players, can't it? And, we're hoping really that it doesn't, but it's got a... I'm glad Salech got his goal today, because that would have given him a massive boost, because he had been battered from pillar to post, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's one of those with Salech, right? A striker will obviously be judging himself on goals. Understandable, right? But the work he puts in every game, dragging players out of position, holding up two defenders, linking others into play, is outstanding. His work is, right? When you watch him, he's doing a brilliant job. The goals haven't come from yet. So today will be massive for his confidence, because I think we see strikers talk normally on the show and they say the same thing. One game comes two becomes four, all of a sudden you're scratching your head thinking, I'm not going to get a chance today. And when you do get a chance, you're just snatching at it. And you question yourself. So it's great we got the goal today. Hopefully I'll calm him down, settle him down a bit. We'll kick on now, hopefully.
Yeah, agreed. Simon, midfield was exposed because the defence was so deep in the first half. Left the midfield overloaded constantly, was something I pointed out in the preview show. Do you think that doesn't because of obviously the lack of pace perhaps with Chambers, do you reckon?
It's it could be one of a few things, to be fair. I think the midfielder probably, again, when you got like a Lawler and Fish, I think the reading of the game is so much better. You can afford to have the midfielder a bit further up the pitch. When you got Chambers, you see him all the time. He's either playing someone onside or two players onside, or the ball will be coming down and he'll just totally oblivious to anything around him. He'll just charge the ball, completely lose it, and leave themselves exposed behind. So they can't. So they've taken an extra 2 or 3 yards back to cover for him. But it's something we're going to have to work on, because we are going to come up against the teams that are going to press us for 90 minutes. So you've got to figure out ways to break them down. And this is what the best teams do. And don't forget, it's like game 7, I think, for the league for us. You don't judge teams till about game 10. That's all players say. No, after 10 games, you start to get your rhythm. You get, you're more match fit. You are match sharp. We're still not quite there yet. It's going to take a few years, but it's great to see what we've done now before we got there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, agreed. Jonathan says, we just didn't seem up for it today. Sloppy passing and not winning individual battles. Having said that, a sign of a good team is playing badly and still picking up results. 100% agree with it. Well, I think we've got to give a bit of credit to Stockport. And I know we've said the tactics were spot on and things, but they just didn't allow our own midfield time on the ball, did they? If that quick one pass or, two touch didn't happen in that split second, they were all over us like a cheap suit. So they just didn't allow us time on the ball to play, the fast tempo that, we've been used to seeing for the first 6 games, really. It wasn't there today.
Yeah, I suppose it's a good wake-up call as well because, some of the performances before the international break were outstanding and some of the teams you put away, I think you don't want complacency to creep in. So I think, you get a draw today away from home. It's a good reminder, you're not there yet, lads. We've got a lot of work to do. And again, we avoid a defeat. We move on. Brilliant.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. Ruben had a poor game today, not his usual self. Was Bellamy right not to pick him for Wales?
I mean, I disagree with that because I think up until the run up until the international break, right, Ruben was probably one of the best number 10s. He's definitely the best number 10 in League One, and arguably better than most of the Championship. The form he was on, you'd think he'd get a call off that. But like I think before the game, he said that Ruben picked up a bit of a knock up in training. He's not been 100%. I think Tuesday was his first day back. He might have been playing, say, through a bit of an injury, a bit of a niggle in the knee, and he's not 100% match sharp, but they just need him on the pitch. So I wouldn't look too much into that.
Yeah, he's that type of player that if he's not on the pitch, potentially is going to knock the confidence of a lot of others. You'd think at the standard they are playing at now, that wouldn't be the case. But, from playing like grassroots rugby and things, you have one star player not in that side. It does affect morale and stuff like that and confidence within the squad. So, he's been our biggest player so far this season for me. And, like you said, perhaps he was, but he stuck it out, didn't he? And like I said, that mentality second half to keep going till the 97th minute. There was points, and it was like the 94th, 95th minute, and we're still tapping it back and forward at the back. I think it just get the ball forward. We're not going to score a goal from inside their own half.
And again, he's a vice captain as well, so he probably feels the responsibility to be on the pitch again. So even if he's carrying a knock, he's probably not telling the boss, I'm not 100%. He's probably saying, I'm ready to go. You don't want to play every game, and so I wouldn't knock him today just because of that. He could be still carrying injury. Again, it's just one of those games. You brush it off, you avoid the defeat, you're top of the league, knock on to the next one. Let's make sure we punish Bradford next Saturday now.
Had a good win today as well, didn't they? 3-1 at home against Huddersfield. So next Saturday is not going to be a walk in the park either.
Well,
but it's at Cardiff City Stadium, and hopefully the place will be bouncing. We will be there. Can't wait. It feels as if we haven't been there for weeks and weeks and weeks.
If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure Graham Kavanagh's son plays some as well, doesn't he?
Oh, on that, what's happening next Friday, Beth?
I'm not sure. I'm not due next Friday. I'm away. I am. I'm in Cardiff. I'm meeting Graham Kavanagh. I am.
Hey, next Friday night. Tickets is a sold-out event. The tickets sold out within 5 days. Graham Kavanagh is returning to Cardiff at Splott Cons Club next Friday night. It's going to be a cracker. Some news as well. The member show on Monday, I think, is myself and Simon. There's going to be an announcement on there for the October live event. So tune in if you're a member. Tune into the member show on Monday. I'm pretty sure Simon said he's going to announce it on Monday. So something to look forward to. If you're not a member of Cardiff City World, you can join via the Cardiff City World YouTube channel, or you can also join following the information at the bottom of the screen on Patreon. For the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can join and support the channel that way, and you get early access to the tickets when they go out on sale. Like I said, I think, is it 120 tickets they sold for Graham Kavanagh, sold within 5 days?
It was pretty big, wasn't it, to be fair?
Pretty sure the next one will sell up just as quick, mate, you reckon?
I think it'll probably sell quick. It'll be some a much loved figure. I think I was quicker to buy the Cav tickets because he's my favorite. Well, growing up, Cav was a hero of mine. So as soon as I seen his name, I've got tickets straight away. I think the next one will sell out pretty good as well. I think we get some good numbers for that.
Yes, happy days. So tune in on Monday night for the members show. Right, I'm just going to play a quick ad from the boss man, and we will return to some of your comments in the chat. So see you in a minute.
This episode of Cardiff City World is brought to you by Coral, the proud sponsor of the TalkSport Fan Network, here for all kinds of fans. For the armchair experts, whether you're constantly negative, overly positive, or maybe even the instant over-the-top reaction social media guy or girl, for the football fashionistas still clinging to the legendary terrace fashion of yesteryear, or the best retro gear from Michael Thorne, the nostalgia merchants, dreaming of the old lady Ninian Park, or still celebrating Campbell's goal in the Millennium Stadium, whatever kind of fan you are, with Coral's free-to-play reward shaker, with a guaranteed daily reward or offer throughout the season, simply shake your phone to win. Over 18s only, maximum one reward or offer per player per day, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. For more information on safer gambling, visit gambleaware.org.
Happy days. There was a comment earlier about it's not cold enough yet to wear a hat, but this is a magic one, like Peter Thorne used to wear. So yeah, I think Reese's is magic as well, because you never see Reese without an hat on.
God, my eye's going, but I won't have a hat on next Friday. I'll go hatless next Friday.
Will you be having your chicken nuggets now, though? Because the McDonald's rewards are back as well. You bound doing it.
Well, I'm sober. I'm like 11 weeks sober, so I'll probably want to eat chicken nuggets now.
Jonathan Mordecai says, watched a bit of the Bradford game today. Very high-pressing team, similar to how we play at home. There was a comment there just before we went. Obviously, a few more comments have come through regarding Stockport. And do you think they'd struggle when they come to Cardiff City Stadium with the pitch being bigger?
I don't know, because
it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I think the way they played against us today, they'll be up there come the end of the season. They'll be, knocking on the door for, maybe the top two or definitely the playoffs. So I think they've been the best side that we've played so far this season. So credit to them.
I guess it's one of those really. Like you could be top of the league, 25 wins at 25 games, play bottom of the league, lose 4-0. I mean, it's all about the day, really, let's be honest. How the ball bounces, who's up for it more, who's got the right mentality. I've been a big fan of Oliver Norwood for so long now. I think the last 3 or 4 years, Si's been doing the transfer reports. I've been screaming for Oliver Norwood. He was at Sheffield United, one promotion. Reading, one promotion. I think there's 3 teams he won promotion to the Premier League with, I think, in total. He's a top player, set piece specialist, and wherever he goes, the game runs through him. But I'm a big fan of him, to be fair. And like I said, it's just luck of the draw. I think they could come to us and we could smash them 6-0. Or they could take a 1-0 win and walk away, thinking we've robbed them today. It's just one of those, I think, football is.
Big crowd expected on Saturday. It'll be a great atmosphere. I would imagine Bradford would bring a few down as well.
Yeah.
I've seen a video earlier of the Bradford fans and the Huddersfield fans winding each other up outside the stadium, some street somewhere, and I'm not sure if it kicked off, but it'll be interesting. Yeah, 7:00 kickoff on Tuesday against Exeter. So I'm not sure. Is that on the TV? Is that on Sky? I think it is.
I mean, I wouldn't know. It's probably on all your legal devices, at least, I reckon. If you've got a legal device, you'll probably be able to watch it. If you haven't got a legal device, I wouldn't know what to say to you.
Gavin says, I'm sure Bradford will sell out the away end next Saturday. Jonathan Mordecai, Stockport away form so far been crap, but they've got a brilliant record at home. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Our form away from home has not been the best. But you could go away now in 2 weeks' time and beat someone 3-4-0 and look at a different side. It's just, I think it's on the day, let's be honest. If we go out there and play our game, and it comes off for us, we take teams apart.
Yeah. Half-time oranges, the ointment. Been a long time since they were here. I'm not sure what that's related to. I'm not gonna like you. I think I've missed
that's the about the Bradford hooligans. That is the concept ointment.
Right.
They'll probably be a loud lot as well. And again, for a lot, this is the thing I heard someone say. I read a thing, Birmingham fan, I think it was. He was saying last season they were getting targeted when they were going to League One, and it's like a big worry because these teams are going. These are big clubs, it's targeting fans. So it's good to come on here and see there's no reports of any Cardiff fans being hurt or any trouble or something. You know, other fans are praising our fans for being loud, and it's just great to see that is. So well done to the travelling fans.
Yeah. Paul says, will the Stockport manager still be there? Apparently Sheffield United are sniffing around him. Interesting. Rangers might be sniffing around him as well because our little friend Russell Martin is doing a great job up there.
I seen a brilliant thing earlier. So Bonnie Blue was there at the Rangers game, and someone put a picture up saying Rangers the only 11 men to not finish with Bonnie.
Oh, brilliant. Jonathan Mordecai's prediction game. Turner, NG, Chambers, Osho, Giles, Mafiko, Robertson, Turnbull, Nayakawa, Robinson, Davis. It's a pretty strong side, isn't it? In fairness.
It is, and again it's good of Giles getting some game time, Mafiko getting game time, Nayakawa getting game time, because they're going to be playing with first team players, which will just benefit them in the long run. I mean, their development. Hopefully Kellerman will be on the bench for the cup.
I've just got that funny feeling he's not going to rush him because of that injury he's had. I think he had 2 hamstring injuries, didn't he? And he had to have surgery on the one. So I don't think they're gonna rush him in anytime soon, really.
The only concern is if they take the time to get him match fit. Come January, they got a recall clause in the contract Chelsea have. They might look at that and go, he's not playing no one near enough, we want dead, let's just get him back. So I hope, I mean, they were saying he was training with Chelsea before he came with us, so I'm hoping he's not that far behind, if I'm honest with you. Maybe, a week or 2. But a cup game is a great chance to get 10-15 minutes in the legs.
Yeah, no, agreed. What do you reckon will be the attendance on Saturday for the Bradford game?
23,000, I reckon.
What's your prediction? I was going to say 23, so I'll go 23 and a half.
23, 4, 6, 8.
23, 4, 6, 9.
Well, I'll tell Jamie to stay home, I will end.
What do you reckon, guys? What's the prediction for the attendance on Saturday? Louise, the Viking is back. What's occurring? Still unbeaten, which is way better than... I'm not saying that word on this channel. Enzo Marasca is a good mates with BBM. My guess is there's good communication between them regarding what's best for Kerryman. Yeah, they'll manage him, and he won't be put out there any sooner than until he's ready, really, I don't think. And like I said, if that's 15-20 minutes on Tuesday down in Exeter, then so be it. And if he can get through 20-30 minutes maybe on Tuesday and then maybe sneak onto the bench then Saturday, I am interested to see what he can do because he's 6'3", is he?
Yeah, pacey. I read a report of him. It says pacey with a bit of trickery as well. Now, obviously, serious leg injuries, you do lose the other pace. I'm just hoping he's not lost a lot of pace. I hope he's still got it. I mean, something we've lacked out wide is blistering pace, I think, for some games. So hopefully he's still got it. But again, you look at this month now, we've got a game every single Tuesday this month. It's Exeter now. There's a Wigan on Bradford Saturday. There's a Burnley, then Wigan. Then it's, Burton at the end of the month as well, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's just game after game after game this month. So hopefully it's not fair for him to get minutes now.
Jonathan Mordecai says 21. Paul says 21. Half-time oranges. I think you've missed 10,000 off there. 14,000 and a 2-all draw. Not sure if you've got sausage fingers like me, mate. And you put a 1 instead of a 2. And that should be 24. Lasky says 24,500. What's your thoughts on Bagan and Challinor at the end of the game? Did you see that? I think we mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, we did mention it. Again, it's a manager who's frustrated. His team have just conceded at the end of the day, let's be honest. He's going to have a problem. Fuck him. Their fans are wasting time with the ball. He's come back to bite you in the ass on us.
100%. And I don't think, he weren't shouting and screaming. He was just kind of gently trying to move him away from the situation. So I don't think there was anything in it, really. Bagan kind of went over, didn't he, and give it the old...
Yeah.
And fair play to him, I think. And like I said, I love it. The fact that Bagan's got that bit of... Shithousery, not as much as Perry and G ever had mine. But like I said, Bagan, I love it. He'll fly into a challenge and... for a youngster, let's bear in mind, I think he's still only 23, 24 himself, isn't he?
Yeah, but that's what we said. The maturity has gone through the roof.
Yeah, 100%.
I know youngsters won't do that sort of thing, but it's great to see. Like, I think it shows because that's the confidence the manager's put into him as well.
Jonathan says 14,000 on a Saturday. That would be our lowest Saturday attendance in the league this season. Steve Morgan's very confident. Gone for 23,000 and a 3-1 win to Cardiff. Phil Jones, very specific with the numbers, 22,985. You don't work in the club shop in the ticket office, Phil, by any chance, do you? Reese says he's feeling a 3-1 win as well. I predicted 3-1 today, Cardiff would win, but it's lucky with a 1-all after. Macanish says 2-1 and 26,500. That'd be our biggest attendance for a while, that'd be, wouldn't it?
26, I think, will be pushing it. I don't think we'll have 26. I mean, if we get more than we did against Swansea last year, I'll be surprised. But I think 23,000 we'll get Saturday. They'll bring about 3,000 down with them. We'll have 20,000 of all our fans there. It'll be a great atmosphere. We'll score an early goal. They'll be silent all game, and we'll just be loud and bouncing all game.
We're the famous Cardiff City. We come from, I think that should be Sloper Road. We'll excuse any grammar. Tonight it is a Saturday evening, nearly 10 o'clock, so you might have had a glass or two of wine, Louise. So we'll excuse that. We talk about the Welsh Cup. Louise says, I heard Russell Martin's getting sacked again. Soon wants to go back to the Jacks. Did you hear the Rangers fans singing in the stadium?
And the Hearts fans are joining in, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a great chant. I don't know if you heard it. Get the fuck.
Russell Martin. Get the fuck. Fucking brilliant. He'd be working in Glasgow Airport now, or Edinburgh Airport, whatever it is up there.
He'll get sacked after 2 weeks. Poor 4 months. Like as we go into the wrong country.
Louise says, had visions of Bartley Bluebird dancing to Chicane, running Roy of the pitch just made me laugh. Halftime oranges. I think we mentioned this the other week when we seen about the orange kit. When will we be wearing our best orange kit? Sponsored by Halftime Oranges. I'd be surprised if we end up wearing it at all. It's just another money-making scheme to get fans to buy the shirt and the kids to buy the shirt. The prices are ridiculous.
It's disgusting. I think we did a thing last season that Bristol City announced that every adult paying for a season ticket will get a child's kit free when they buy a season ticket for a child with it. I think, why can't a club do stuff like that? First of all, who's coming up with these ideas for kits? The home kit reminds you of Jimmy Bullard for Ipswich Town years ago. The away kit, I just don't know what that is. I don't know what that's supposed to represent. There's nothing that signifies Cardiff for me. And the third kit, I see that, I think of Hull City. Because the black strip there, I just think of Hull City. I don't get it.
Wouldn't it be good to get, like, I don't know, like a committee of Cardiff City fans together in a room, all pitching their ideas of what the kit should be then? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I remember, like,
to arrange that, surely.
The 90s, early 2000s, some of our kits were absolutely outstanding. Some of them are amazing. I did a picture earlier of Peter Thorne against Stockport years ago. I love that kit. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't get who signed up last season. We had a sky blue kit, which was Coventry City's, and that was supposed to represent the sea or the Cardiff Bay or docks or whatever. I don't get that. I've never seen the sea that colour. We had the grey kit, which is supposed to represent the coal mines, but it was grey with green. I don't understand how that fits in at all. Whoever's signing off the kits, it's a joke, really, isn't it? We've got to have someone going in there and just...
If anybody knows anybody involved in organising the kits and they fancy coming on to explain, send them our way.
Oh, yeah, please.
There was a comment before marking issues when I'll pull it back up now. I think we will wear it on Tuesday against Exeter. This is a great shout. Talking of shirts, will next season feature the 1927 FA Cup, 100 years on from that famous season?
Don't be silly. I can imagine the club actually doing something right. It'll say 1927 club, won't it? 1927 pod by mistake, it will. We'll be happy, but no one else will.
Can you remember the Man United kit when they had like the stadium like in the background of the shirt, if that makes sense?
Right.
They should have like Fred Keno embossed into the shirt or something, or yeah, or something.
You can have a shirt, right, and you can have names. Don't like the last season, 2 years ago, the little Bluebirds all throughout the shirt.
Yeah.
You could have little names on the shirt for the players. Sylvie Ferguson or Fred Keno.
Involved. Yeah, that's a great show.
All these little things. I mean, you'd think something like this, but the club won't. The club would just have no thought when it comes to this sort of thing.
Bring back blue, white, and yellow for home kit and black and yellow away.
Yeah.
Agreed.
One of my favourite shirts is the black kit with the yellow bits on the side and the sleeve.
Come on then, what colour should be the second and third kit? I think we've just...
Away kit could be black, and the third kit, that could be something different. That could, again, not orange with black stripes, so we're like a Hull kit or something. But we've had shirts previous years where it's been, I won't say green again, but we had a bright yellow shirt a few years ago, I don't remember. The last season in Edgeley Park, we had blue shirt, I think it was I can't remember, it was a black shirt, then we had a yellow shirt, all yellow with white stripes. I would love it.
Don't fancy a red one, bud?
Fucking hell, red. Get the fuck. Nah, I don't want red. I'm sick of the red. It's a painful reminder. But you could have a black shirt for a away shirt and a third kit can be yellow. With Cardiff colours.
When I seen that orange shirt, I honestly thought it was a goalkeeper top.
Yeah, again, I seen Hull City, but I'm not a fan. It's one of those. It's a hit and miss for me. I wouldn't pay. I would probably won't buy it. I'm not a fan of them.
Even when it's 50% off come February or March.
Well, a bit of difference then, probably, but right now it's a no for me.
Best team in South Wales, out Cardiff, and we love you. Markinish says, Reece, are you going to get Cav to sign your cap?
Well, I was very, very young when he left us, and I remember it because I cried when we were soaked. And that day, I just grew to hate Sam Haman. I forgive him selling Earnshaw. I forgive him, when we sold like some Gabs and Colin. When Cav left, that was it for me. I lost all respect for the man. So I'll probably be too busy crying when I see Cav to ask for anything resigned.
Silver third kit with blue collar. Not my cup of tea. Loads in the away end today, apparently wearing the orange shirt.
It just doesn't do it for me. I just see Hull City. And this year I see Ipswich Town home shirt, Hull City third kit. I just don't understand what the away kit is. I really don't. I don't get. It looked white to the preseason, didn't it? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Like there's no sort of plan for the kit. It doesn't seem.
Yeah, I got you. Reece says that he rates that, Louise. We had a nice silver away kit in the Prem season with a blue collar. Can't remember that. I would say pink, but we had that a few years back. So like a pinky purple colour, or was it a light pink? Can't remember.
I've got a proper pink one, I'm sure it is. A proper pink one. I just remember Joe Rolls in it as well. So I bought one. I'm sure it's bright pink and it's proper.
Jonathan Mordecai, how long does Wrexham wake-up call carry on before they sack their manager and work out they wasted a full players to fit his outdated style? Spent a lot of money, haven't they, to, where they are. They got 4 points after the first 6 or 7 games they've played, I think.
I'm not sure. I know they spent £34 million a season, I think I read. And it depends as well what the objective of the season is. Is it a chance to playoffs? You think if we spend that kind of money, it is. But it might just be a case of just survive, consolidate, and we look to push on.
I don't think they'll. I know there's been lots of banter in the WhatsApp group and that, and they'll get relegated, this, that, and the other. I don't think they will, because I think there's a lot worse teams in our division at the moment.
Oh, yes.
You look at both Sheffield sides. Sheffield United is flabbergasting the four they've made, really. They got battered again, didn't they? Jaden Philip-Jean hat-trick on Friday night. I think they lost 5-0 to Ipswich, I think.
I seen a comment earlier made me laugh. It's funny how football, one game can change your opinion. I think the first game of the season for Sheffield Wednesday might have been, they couldn't stand Horvath. They wanted him gone, saying he was terrible. He plays against Leeds in the Cup. They think he's a hero. He's amazing. I seen a comment earlier asking, could they send him back? And if they have to pay a fine, they'll pay it themselves. So it's funny how it changes, but Sheffield Wednesday, I think they're gone. I think they're just gone now. Unless a new ownership comes in and they have a great January transfer window, I think they're gone. I said at the start of the season, Ruben Sellers is not that good of a manager, and he'll struggle. I think he's probably a day or two away from getting a sack now.
100%. This is a great shout from Macinish. We should have a third kit that is for charity, and the sale money should go to the charity like T Haven. Excuse the spelling. It's a great shout, that is.
Why can't it be like use 6 different kits for the season? Season ticket holders get to vote on their favourite, and then we'll use that as our home kit. And every fan that votes will donate £1 of that to the charity as well, or something.
Jonathan Walcott, Russell Martin will do a good job there. Sure where that was. I got a feeling that the orange kit is from another team somewhere in the world that had over-ordered, and we bought the surplus cheap.
I would not be surprised.
Probably bought it from one of his Belgian teams, I expect. Any third kits made and sold should go to the charities like Salah, Wits and Bamba. That's a good shout. Sheffield United have good players, but the manager isn't getting the best out of that team. Only Wednesday and Hull, I think, are in more trouble than Wrexham.
Again, it's one of those where there's always one team that surprises you for the playoffs. There's always one team that surprises you for a relegation battle. You could end up looking at the season now, seeing QPR might find themselves in trouble. Do you mean? It's football, such a funny game. I think there's 3 worse teams in Wrexham. I think there's a few more worse teams in Wrexham. It might take a little while. I've seen some of their fans already having hitting the panic button now. Should we sack Parkinson? Maybe it's time for him to go. This is what happens in football. Success means nothing when you're losing games now.
It'd be harsh though, considering the rise that he's given that club. It'd be bonkers, wouldn't it? But at the end of the day, football is a business now, and if it's not working, then it'll get looked at 100%.
Football is emotional, and again, you could win 5 leagues in a row. The moment you hit the rough patch, fans are calling for you to go. I mean, there was a few fans, I think last season, saying Guardiola should look to step down from Man City now. His time is gone. I think this is harsh. Like, you've got one of the best managers ever. Just because of one bad rough patch, but that's the emotion of football.
And again, when you're a side that's been successful for as long as Man City have been, and granted they've bought their success, in my opinion, because they've got an open checkbook to a certain extent. When you've been successful for so long, to have a season then perhaps where you're finishing second or third, that is a failure, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They're fans that used to winning week in, week out, and picking up trophies left, right, and centre. And anybody else in the Premier League would bite their hand off probably for a second or third place finish, but for a club like Man City, it's not good enough.
Exactly. Fans are emotional, and I'd be keen to see what direction Rob and Ryan would go if the fans did start calling for Parky to get sacked in the numbers, because I think they do listen to the fans in some extent. I think they do. They do try to interact and engage them a bit.
We'll last bit on Wrexham, and as this is a Cardiff City podcast, but they played Sheffield Wednesday at home, didn't they? Did you see they sold £37,000, or they donated £37,000 worth of
it was the
sort of shirt, didn't they, or something? The gold shirt, was it, or something?
Yeah, so all proceeds of the gold shirt in that week were donated to the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust. And it is a nice thing to do in football. But again, I think it shows the problem we have in football where an owner like Chancery, or whatever his name is, can come in, do this sort of thing. It happened to Reading, I think, 2 years ago. The owner came out and said, look, I've spent £200 million, I'm sick of this, I want out now, but I'm only selling on my terms. And in the end, the FA had to get involved, like force the sale through. It's happening all too much. These people are passing a fit and proper test. I think from next season it changes again. It does to avoid these such situations happening. But it's just taking far too long to come on the agenda.
Yeah. Right, to wrap us up then, because it's 10:05 just gone. Your favourite player of the season so far? I'll let you answer first, and then we read some of the comments out in the chat. Who's been your standout performer so far?
Oh, how do I even pick anyone? I mean, how do you pick? I generally, this is. I haven't seen us keep like Trot since we've had like David Marshall and Etheridge. I've not seen the centre back pairing like like Lawler and Fish since we had like Pearce and Roger Johnson. I've not seen the midfield number 10 like Ruben since we had Kumas to a certain extent, someone who would make things happen. I'm not saying they like each other, but that excitement because we've come back. I've not seen. There's so many players on our pitch right now that if I picked one, I'd be unfair. I mean, I couldn't.
Get off the fence and just pick one, you boring bastard.
Callum Chambers. Because of him, he's giving me something to rant about while we take the piss in the league.
I'm going to go for Nathan Trott because I think he's been outstanding since he's come in, and like you, exactly the same as you. Really, there's probably 3 or 4 there that are putting their hands up at the moment, but I think because of his octopus arms, I'm going to go for Nathan Trott.
Again, and the worst case, it feels unfair then to the others if to name one. Do you know what I mean?
It's not. They're not getting an award from us, but you're right.
I want him on the show though, so.
Capaccio says halftime oranges. Andrew Whitcomb says Lola. What else have we got here? I think we should extend Lola's contract at the end of the season by another 2 more years. But he's contracted to 2028, isn't he? So you can always add on to it, I suppose. Russell Martin's record against us, that's why they loved him. I think Louise asked the question.
Again, as much as I hate him, is it the 4-5-0 win? I think as much as I hate to say it was a tactical masterclass from him, to be fair. He just totally outthought us and it came off but since then we've just taken the piss against them. So
Steve goes for Lola. Jonathan Mordecai goes for Chris Willock. A step up this season has been brilliant after most have written him off.
I wrote him off, honestly, and I'm so happy he's proved me wrong. I think he looks a different player so far, and long may it continue. Keep working hard, honestly. And
Mackinish said he preferred Luvens and Johnson to Pearce and Johnson. You're entitled to your opinion, buddy. That's what we're all here for. Louise says Dylan Lola, definitely a great young talent for the Welsh team. A couple of people have said Joel Bagan as well. Mr. Consistent put some big challenges in too. He's not afraid to put it about, is he?
Fair play to him, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, John, another good game from him today. I don't think he was offside for the first goal. That was ruled out. Looked about level. I think Louise has been on the whiskey again. My favourite player for this season is Brian Barry Murphy. She's definitely been on the bottles of wine. Drinking it with a straw as well, I think. Get it down now. I loved Roger Johnson. Spit it out, Matthew. I loved Roger Johnson. Was gutted when he left. Where did he go to?
Birmingham City was, I think, about 5 million. And I remember at the time, there was a story going around at the time, I don't know how true it was, that he wanted to leave us because his missus wanted him to live in Birmingham instead of Cardiff. I don't know how true it was. He ended up at Wolves, I think, in the end, and I think he was either drunk driving or showing up drunk to training. ends up going to non-league.
Struggles, haven't he?
Yeah, end up non-league as an operation. It backfired. I think he tried to sit with the doctor for the operation. But again, for us, £275,000 from Wycombe Wanderers he was. Us and Swansea were in for him when he came to us. And what a player. I always remember his goal against Preston. We won 4-1, I think it was. David Ford took out Dave Nugent. Roger Johnson scored ahead, and he's a weird celebration when he's trying to run in, but he's taking a piss with his run. I always remember that celebration.
Happy days. Right. Thank you all very much for tuning in and for your comments in the chat. Much appreciated. Like I said, if you're not a member, you can join Cardiff City World via the YouTube channel, or you can follow the information on the bottom of the screen. There is a link there, or there is something I can put on the screen as well. Let me see if I can find it. It's the QR code. Can't find it now though, can I? Bear with. Where's it gone? There it is. You can scan the QR code. That'll take you through to the Patreon, and you can join Ace Podcast Nation. And you'll have access to the members show and the members early access to tickets and things like that. So any help and many members who do join does allow Side to keep producing content 7 days a week for you guys. And yeah, happy days. We will see you through the week. If any of you are going to the Graham Kavanagh night on Friday, we shall see you there. Make sure you're there nice and early to get your seats at the front.
Come say hello to us as well. Like,
yeah, pop over. I'll have a can of Coke.
And come say hello to us. We are friendly. I think last event we did a sort of walk around and we met people and stuff there. It was great. But yeah, come say hello to us if you see us.
Reese loves it when people come and say hello.
I'll see it again. It's a brilliant feeling if when someone comes up to us and says good job or something. Or I know who you are. It's a wild thing. Like,
you love it more than I do. I'll be honest.
Oh, I live off it. I absolutely live off it.
I'm a shy person, really. I am. I'll be honest. I get quite honest.
Oh, I live off it, but honestly, I'm a fame whore. I am.
No star power. Have a good one.
Top of the league.
Upper City.
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar. Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.